What's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, allergy season, sinus season. This stuff is still hitting hard down here. So forgive me. Be patient with me. We're gonna be 100% soon as we can. But anywho, today, Yella Beezy had a hearing today, had a court appearance today, and got his bond reduced. Got it reduced to $750,000, which which explains why he didn't pay the $200,000. People like to pocket watch other people and say, "Hey, that man, he should have it." All the rapping he doing and talking about all the money he makes and all the jewelry that he be flashing, he should have that money, right? But a lot of people tell you that a lot of these rappers don't have the money they claim they got. I don't know, but anyway, regardless if you have uh, $2 million in the bank or $200 in the bank or $2 billion in the bank, uh, his lawyers, which I'm sure he got a couple of them, probably told him, "Hey, let's wait till we go back to court in a couple of days. Just chill out. How you doing in here? You think you can make it for a week? If you can, let's wait a few days and get in front of this judge and see if we can't get it reduced." And because this shows you that lawyers and the judges work together. Uh, I done told y'all before about when I was going back and forth to court for child support. And for whatever reason, I don't know, because the child support was never the problem. But anyway, going back and forth to child support, my lawyer told me that a colleague of his told him that he should settle the case. So which means that somebody, either a judge or another lawyer who talks to the judge, talked about my case and told him that he should settle because the judge didn't like my attitude. Like, damn, I couldn't understand that. I was a great father, been there forever, but for some reason, my attitude pissed some black Lord judge off. Who knew? But anyway, so yeah, it shows you how the lawyers and the judges and all they all work together. Because most likely, it's funny, if you have a court-appointed attorney, most likely he wouldn't have got seen this quick. Most likely his bond would not have been reduced because that court appointed attorney definitely works for the system. But if you get a lawyer who you pay for, you pay him that money, he'd be like, "Look, you give me so many thousands of dollars, I'll go in here and talk to the judge. We'll talk to the judge on your behalf. When we get in front of this court, we can probably get your bond reduced." I know a guy who took out somebody years ago. Cat ran to Vegas, and his lawyer called him and said, "Look, if you get back right now, I can get your sentence. I can get you 7 years, but you got to be back by the morning." Dude was back by the morning. So if you got a good lawyer, you got money, shoot, man, you can get things done. Just for future references, whether you're legal or illegal, have you some representation on hand. But anyway, what I want to do here is play just a few minutes of this. I think I'm gonna play up until the video. And I'm sure a lot of y'all have probably already seen the video. If you want to see this whole court hearing in its entirety, I'm gonna put it in the description box. But I just want to play these first few minutes first, and then we're gonna get into it because there are a few things I want to talk about. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bells every time I drop a video. Let's hit it.
To the individuals present and involved in this conversation, the state's witness will also testify to Marquise Conway, the defendant, being present and involved in this conversation. The state's witness will testify to the amount of money that was to be paid for the murder. A state's witness will testify to the individuals responsible for the payment. That state's witness will also testify that Marquise Conway was one of the individuals responsible for a portion of that payment. A state's witness will also testify to the individual who would receive this payment. The state's witness will testify that Kewan White was, in fact, the individual to receive this payment, who was originally indicted in State's Exhibit Number 1, the probable cause, which is before this court. The state's witness would also testify that Keywan White, or to who shot and killed Melvin Noble. This witness would also testify to Keywan White being the individual who shot and killed Mr. Noble on November 11th of 2020. Again, this conversation took place in the days following Mr. Noble's murder. The state has also had an opportunity to review bank records of the defendant, Marquise Conway. These records would show that the defendant drew $40,000 in the days following the murder of Melvin Noble. And for the record, that was a cash withdrawal. These records would correspond to the exact amount which the state's witness would testify to. In reviewing these records, the state also became aware and believed that they would show that the defendant had anywhere between $800 and $900, but more specifically, $870,000 between a checking account and a savings account with one particular bank. 370 of which was in a checking account, a little over 500,000 which was in a savings account. The state at this time would like to publish to the court what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3, which is the video of the offense.
Now, before that's published,
Yeah, the lawyer stopped, so I'm gonna stop real quick before we play the video. Number one, say they have a state witness. Now, you go on a lot of these channels. A lot of people believe that Keywan White is the state witness, but the way the prosecutor is talking, Keywan White is not the state witness. Now, there was another guy, I believe, I can't think of his name, that got arrested around the time he did. I think he's in jail on gun charges too. And when I found out about it, doggone it, who knows? May do a follow up on it. But he went to jail too. Now, Keywan White's been online. You can look him up. He been doing. He did an interview from prison with a cell phone and smoking. Crazy. And he said that he wasn't the one who did it. He said he was not that tall. He said he was never that skinny. So it says it's not him that's in that video. That got out there that's in this video that you're about to see. So there's still a lot of questions. I said the question is, who are they talking to? Keywan White is in prison for gun charges, not for what happened to Mo 3. What else? It also said that you heard that Yella Beezy withdrew $40,000. That he didn't even have $1 million in his checking account, and he withdrew $40,000 cash in the days after Mo 3 was gunned down on the highway. Now, again, we don't want to sit here and pocket watch, but don't want to, when you have money, and I get tired of hearing people get online and I always talk about, man, I get money. I've been getting money. Yeah, I've been getting money too. I go to work every day. I go to work every day, pay taxes, this and the third. So I've been getting money too. All these cats talk about they been getting money. I don't call it money. I call what we really get is change compared to the people who look like the prosecutor. We make change. You know who makes money? The people that looks like this prosecutor and the guy standing up in the suits. They get money. I told y'all before in videos that I'm looking more into things to invest in. Now, hear me out. Things to invest in, not like crypto, which is interesting, but what I found out so far is get some of the staples, get a couple of the staples in crypto and stick to them if you want to invest in that. You get you a money management account with Fidelity, which is, I guess Yella Beezy doesn't have that because when he's in court, they're gonna look at all his records, all his bank records. And so it is show, and they said he had less than $1 million. And this dude been rapping for almost 10 years, if not 10 years. And he done said in the videos that if you got a hit, you can make a good 6 million off that hit. Now I know you probably done bought your mama this, bought your girlfriend this, your baby mama that, bought your a house or two. I get it. What I'm hoping is what I was listening for was investments, like real investment, like real estate, like stuff that wealthy people invest in, like people like Warren Buffett. They got stocks and they actually study it and buy stocks and hold them for a long time and get, buy large amounts and then watch it go up and then have some cash reserve. And what I'm saying, and while they got this money over here building, then you building some, or he got somebody who's doing that for him. I ain't heard it unless he got it like in an LLC, something like that. I don't know. A trust that ain't got his name on it. That'd be good. But that whole taking $40,000 out in cash, like I said, that's a young dumb move. This is what's the problem. This is what's going to be the downfall. This is what's the downfall of a lot of these young cats, these YNs. They don't have anyone older who can groom them. Not promoting, debauchery. But here's what I'm saying. When you look at like the old mobster movies, Sopranos, stuff like that, them cats, hell, even the old politic movies. Oh, yeah, should you even look at shows like Dallas? I grew up on Dallas. I tell you, that's one of my favorite shows. The old original Dallas from 78 on up. There's always an older person who taught the young people the game. And the young person, whether they like it or not, they listen to it. And then you have one son who will try to impress that dad for until it pretty much takes him out. And then you'll have another son who can't stand, who don't want to be a part of that life, but he still uses his lessons in his life. He just don't want to be associated with what they're doing. You get what I'm saying? See how hypocritical it is anyway. So it shows you that the man will teach you exactly what you need to know. But anyway, so talking like investments, like if let's say you're doing something and you want to pay somebody to do a job for you, but you don't want to pay cash, right? You don't want no paper trails like a dummy. He took out cash. Ooh, Lord. It would have been it'd been better for him to have went and bought something tangible and then exchanged it. So let's say somebody who does car repair or stereos. They used to be the big hustle back in the day. Man, do a job and it might normally cost somebody 3,000. He might charge somebody 3,000. But for you, he charge you 7,000, 8,000. I mean, it's the top of the line, top notch job. But he just put a little more English on it, a little more tax on it. That's how you start to get, you see what I'm saying? That's how you start to, pay that man like that. He can write that off as, I did a job for him. This is what I did. Go and buy something like gold or some artwork, and say, hey, how much you think this artwork is worth? Oh, it's worth $20,000. I'll buy it. I think it's worth that much too. And then you give him 20,000, make a receipt and everything. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, not trying to promote debauchery. I'm just saying these youngsters don't know what the hell they're doing, and this is what's going to be the downfall of them all. But anyway, let's get back to this because I want y'all to see the video, and then we'll come to a conclusion.
Address something the prosecutor and the proper. Sure, it's clear from the record that as he recited, the state's witness, his proper is that's just one witness,
Correct.
multiple witnesses, and that the I don't recall the specific in the proper was when the date that this witness reported to hear this conversation.
I do not have the specific date written down, but I know it was in the days following the offense. We do have evidence of when this could have taken place based off of cell phone data of when the defendant was in another state, and then we came back to Texas. So we believe we have a time frame. As far as the exact date, I do not have at this time.
Anything else, Mr. Wood?
Oh, yeah. Permission to publish, Your Honor.
Yeah. You don't want the lights off?
It's at the court's discretion.
Oh,
And Your Honor, this is, just for context, this is approximately noon on I-35 heading northbound. This video is taken from a Kroger 18-wheeler, and this is heading north I-35 into downtown Dallas on noon on November 11th. Now, Your Honor, if I could draw the court's attention, if you look on I've stopped this video at 19 seconds. You see a gold sedan in the far left lane and a black sedan in the second lane to the left. The gold sedan will be the vehicle carrying the victim, and the black sedan is the vehicle driven by Q1 White, who is then the shooter, based off of the evidence we have. Your Honor, I'm going to stop this at 1 minute and 37 seconds. The victim does not return into the frame. The only other things that the state would like to proffer as far as this bond hearing, since the court does not have a probable cause affidavit, of course, since it's a grand jury referral, defendant Q1 White was also indicted. You do have his murder probable cause affidavit from 2020. He was also indicted at that same time in cause number F2175377 for Dr. Randall Graham, who also sustained injuries, a neurosurgeon who was heading north on I-35 that day and was struck as well. However, he did survive. And finally, Your Honor, the last thing that I would proffer at this time would be that there were a total of 44 fired cartridge casings, all from the same style of firearm as far as the caliber that were recovered on the freeway on November 11th, 2020. And at this time, we're on state arrest.
So, ain't like watching a Hollywood movie, is it? That is disturbing to see a guy, and I know people say this guy was like a hellion, terrorizing people for the longest, may have been involved. Well, I think it's court records that he like either in Houston and Fort Worth, that he took out a couple of people using gunfire. Somebody that people was afraid of, and regardless, just to see a person, period. You see them running for their life now. They say word on the street is that he got out. Now it's crazy that he stopped in the middle of the highway. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to think like what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? You got to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? He like shit. He ain't finna run forever. Dude finna chase me down to the house and tell him what's gonna happen when we get further up. We finna end this right now. So he jumps out and he goes around to the passenger side to retrieve a firearm, which was not there. And that was the beginning of the end for him. And then you see him running back. My dad said years ago, he don't understand anybody who commits a crime nowadays has got to be ignorant and dumb as hell because there are cameras everywhere. Who would have thunk it? Now I remember, watching when the story came out up until now, when you see like a still shot of the guy running from the car with them skinny jeans down to his ankles and with that assault rifle. And the first thing I'm thinking is, where did he get that shot from? Was it a highway? Was it a freeway camera? Or was somebody like filming him when he got up out the car? No, it was a Kroger truck. It was an 18 wheeler, and which is weird, not weird, but it makes sense really because Texas, man, we got nothing but 18 wheelers on 35. People hate to drive. I hate driving 35. I grew up in Dallas. I hate going to Dallas because I had to go down 35. 35 is probably one of the most dangerous highways in the country. And one of the reasons is, number one, people can't drive with the damn. Two, we got nothing but 18 wheelers. And every last one of them seems like around about from this time on to the end of the summer, they're going to start losing them Maypop tires. And they're going to be flying everywhere, and people are going to be wrecking, flattening their tires and stuff like that. It's going to happen. So get ready. As a matter of fact, I think it's already started. But 18 wheelers. Now, 18 wheelers, you know what they have to do? One, they have to be monitored for how long a driver is driving, because they're gonna only drive for so many hours straight without sleep. How long they've been driving, how long they can rest. Speed limit. A lot of them had to monitor their speed limit. They got cameras. A lot of them now got cameras on the inside of the cabin, so they can watch the driver, making sure he ain't texting or dozing off or what have you. And they got these cameras, dash cameras. Matter of fact, damn near everybody on the road got a dash camera. I got a dash camera on my truck. So they have the most likely, this is company paid for dash cameras to make, because truck drivers get sued a lot. So he just happened to have a damn dash camera. And not just so happened to have, Mo 3 just so happened to stop in front of this 18 wheeler. And it just so happened to have a freaking dash camera. So it recorded the whole thing. Now, this Keywan, what's his name? Keywan White, he tried to say that the story out there is people trying to say that the guy with the AK was chasing Yella Beezy, but it was somebody behind him that shot him. Well, that narrative just was proven false because prosecutors said it was 47 casings, 44, 47 casings, and they was all from the same gun. And this gun right here, this dude was shooting. So that means whoever got that car shot all them bullets and deleted Mo 3. Then you mess around and hit a freaking doctor. You hit a civilian. That's where they're gonna really get you with. Now, hey, we can talk about racism and unfairness as it is, but dude, not only did you kill a menace to society, which you think they really care about that? Not really. You got rid of, well, then you didn't get rid of, you shot and injured a neurosurgeon who was on his way to work to perform probably some surgery. I tell you what, Yella Beezy and what's his name, Keywan White, that neurosurgeon is going to sue the dog d piss out of y'all if he ain't already did it yet. See, I don't think. I mean, Yella Beezy will probably post bail today. By the time y'all see the video, he's probably be out. But one's gonna be hard for that cat to make money, like real hard. Because one, it's gonna be impossible for him to book shows because when the insurers find out who's gonna be on the card, unless the promoter lie about who's gonna be performing, and they can't lie too much, especially talk about Yella Beezy. One, they're going to not probably insurers will not put a policy, will not insure that building for his show because of what's going on right now. Because they already know that, Mo3 got fans and family that probably want to see him gone. And so should they like, nah, we're not finna do it to where you're gonna put our facility in jeopardy of damage and people getting hurt and maybe deleted, and then we get sued. They're like, nah, they're not gonna insure that event. So he won't be able to do too many shows unless he do like some virtual shows from home from his living room. That's about it. Which that might be the new next thing. I might want to look into that. Now he'd probably be able to make music, get it streamed, sell CDs. Might need to sell some tangible CDs and mixtapes so we can make money like that. But other than that, shoot, this man's money. They finna drain him. First is gonna be the lawyers, and then it's gonna be the court's already getting a bunch of money now. Then his lawyer's gonna get the rest of it, and then the family, if he found guilty or not, the family gonna do a civil suit and gonna sue him and get the rest of his money. So Yella Beezy he's gonna need to pretty much find a new career, find another way to make money, because unless some miracle happened and he's found not guilty and without a reasonable doubt and can change the opinion of the verdict of the court of opinions verdict on him, belief on him. That boy got problems. But anyway, that's all I got for now. Hey, like I said, this whole court hearing, I'll put the link in the description box. Watch it in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? Let's have intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Comment below. Tell me what you think about it. Do you think he deserved to get his bond hearing dropped? Now, what I'm hearing is that his grandmother works with the court system somewhere. That helps too. Who you know, not what you know. Because I try to tell it to my kids all the time, especially when they was coming up in school. And you trying to be friends with all these, be friends with your little friends and your buddy, trying to hang with them. The people that you really need to be being close with are your teachers and your counselors. Because I use that very same method to actually even be able to get in the nursing school. Because I needed a class, and my nursing counselor was the only person that could really guarantee me to get in that class, and they did, and the rest is history. So it's about, like I say, it's a lot of times about what you know. So if his grandmother actually does community work for the courts, and he got this black woman lawyer, they probably helped him out. She probably helped vouch for him. But like I say, that you can watch all that, later on. But anyway, tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Share it with the world. Let's have an intelligent conversation. You know how we do around here. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Those 4 things cost you nothing but maybe a couple of minutes out your day, but it means the world to us here. If you like to support the channel, you get a super thanks, super chat, super stickers, and you can go to that description box where there are a couple of links there you can click on and help support us there. But if you would like something tangible for your money, which a lot of people do, man, hit that shop button or go to marlonmorale.com where we got products I know you'll love. We got beard products, silk products, fragrances that last all day and smell great, and handbags and so much more. Check it out. You will not be disappointed. And with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.